It's really important that we support the well-being of our residents in Manchester, as many of them are experiencing trauma and adversity. One of the key ways we do this is by delivering a range of mindfulness practices, be that trauma-informed yoga or breathwork. In this film, you'll see our voluntary sector partners and one of our GP practices demonstrating some of the things that we know make an impact.
So the start of my journey and the real light bulb moment to my whole practice as a general practitioner actually was seeing patients day in, day out who, when I started to question them, had suffered with traumatic experiences as a child, abuse, sexual abuse, parental drug use. And I felt like we were barely scratching the surface with understanding the impact that this was having on our adult population, and then the impact that was having as they were having children of their own, and the real cycle of trauma that I seemed to be finding in my patients. So we looked at how we could maybe get some further psychological support for our patients in-house. So we found Sam, who is our trauma-informed yoga therapist, and we now refer patients to Sam and have her working with us 3 days a week.
Patients find many benefits from the yoga sessions. They gain their own toolkit, basically, for managing emotions, overwhelming emotions, managing difficult feelings. It can help to keep blood pressure at optimum levels. Obviously improves breathing ability, so people with lung difficulties, COPD, find benefits like that. Relaxation so that they can sleep better. And putting things into perspective, that not everything is a here and now danger.
Having the trauma-informed yoga therapy at West Gorton has been the major thing that has helped us have somewhere to direct these patients to who are suffering with the impacts of their previous trauma. And the fact that we can refer children to her, anyone from 5+, means that we can try to reduce the impact of any toxic stress on our current children as well.
My name is Juanita Margerison and I'm one of the directors of the Resonance Centre in M11 in Manchester. The Resonance Centre was designed to provide people with access to either free or very heavily subsidised practices such as yoga, meditation, pranayama, anything that kind of falls within that arena of healthy, uplifting and holistic, anything that's in support of physical or mental health. So the Resonance Centre's always operated a trauma-informed environment, and a lot of the teachers and facilitators, members of the Manchester Wellness Collective, are also trauma-informed facilitators. The Integrating Self course was a specific 6-week course that was designed to heal trauma holistically, and it involved specific modalities such as restorative yoga, yin yoga, qigong, massage, EFT tapping, singing and plant-based nutrition, which over the course of 6 weeks participants took part in. All of those practices all had access to one-to-one EFT or one-to-one massage, with a view to seeing how much of a result we could get in a short space of time if we kind of focused our idea for healing around those modalities. So the benefits were kind of above and beyond what we were expecting, really. The practices served their purpose and people felt the benefits that we were expecting to see. Bringing people back into their midline, bringing their nervous systems back into safety, where life then becomes about choice again, rather than what can I handle and what can I manage and what can I cope with. That's probably the biggest impact. But there was other elements of the course, such as friendships forming and connections being made, and people with shared lived experience being able to find each other, and just a really deep sense of community and healing that sort of went far beyond just those 6 weeks, and that we can still sort of witness in people's lives even now, sort of 2 years later. So yeah, very powerful work.
I felt like I needed something for myself to calm myself. Sometimes I couldn't get out of bed, so something that I can push me through the day, which I certainly got out off the course. You realise as well that you're not on your own through your trauma. You know, there's other people that have had other traumas, and if you all come together and you do these things together, you feel part of a community and you feel that you're not the only one, and you gel together. And friendships form from that, which really, really have. I feel like a completely different person. I feel like I've done a 360 in my life. And when I look back, I really have turned it around. I've gone on to do courses, recovery coaching. I volunteer now for the homeless also. So I go out into the community now and try and pass things over that have benefited me to see if I can help other people that are suffering.
I think the centre is a very vital component in what may make up future healthcare, because community is such an important aspect in people's healing. If there's one thing that trauma does do, it affects trust. And I think sometimes we need social engagement to bring that back online. And that's why the community aspect of the Resonance Centre is so powerful.
We're today at the Welcome Centre in Cheetham Hill, Manchester 8. Every Thursday we get together and we have a group called Empower 8. We do some trauma activity sessions that involves exercise classes. And then we had some hand massage. It's not just health, it's mental health. With the Empower M8 group, we ask them what they need and we have consultations with them. And they like that idea because it's their ideas that we take and then we take it from there and we make things a reality.
My favorite is everything here, but mostly exercise is the best one. Well, this is the place where I feel happy.
It's a safe space. That's very important. So satisfying in the work that we do when we see this week in and week out, the change in people. Just to see them so happy, that's the important thing.
Bodyfit was set up 10 years ago, and that was due to my own story, going through a very traumatic divorce. I was married to a person who for 16 years had lived in domestic abuse. For my mental health, I needed exercise, so I tried to go to a ladies-only gym. Being a Muslim, I felt uncomfortable there because male PTs would walk in, male cleaners would walk in, and left me really vulnerable, so I didn't want to go there. If I'm suffering that I'm not finding the right place being a Muslim Asian woman to go and exercise, how must the ladies who don't get out as much as me, who aren't active or confident as me? So I set up Bodyfit just for my family and friends who are local, put the boombox on, and we created just a music session where they just moved to their own, joy, whatever they felt, they just did it, and that's all it was. With the way Bodyfit works, it gives them a culturally appropriate space where they're female only, no males are coming in. And also we understand our women as well, what their needs are. When we brought in Dignify Limited and Julia did a training session for our women on trauma awareness, some of our ladies recognised the trauma within them and realised it was generational trauma. Some of the women said, I now understand why my husband behaves like that because I now see trauma in him.
Before coming here, I was always in aches and pains and I was so depressed. And I always stay in bed, never used to go out. Even if I wanted to, I used to think, what's the point? And then once I've been to my doctors and he advised me to go to Bodyfit. So I joined this class and I'm reborn again. I've got energy and my aches and pains have gone. My depression is going and I'm losing weight and I'm going out more. I don't feel like staying home. I feel like going and helping other people as well, whoever feel like, how I felt. But since I've been coming here, I always watch what I eat. I eat healthy. and I avoid fatty food and everything, and I'm enjoying it. I love it. I look forward to come here, and this is like a family, like a good family. This is life now. Before I lost my hope, I was waiting I don't know when I'm going to go from this world. I'm telling the truth. And now I want to live longer. I want to live more and enjoy my life. That's what this class does to me.
Well, now we are more than confident that we can build our women stronger and more resilient than ever before, because we've got the whole package. We've got the exercise that gets rid of their trauma. We've got the education that they learn and become more powerful with their health and fitness. And now with the trauma-informed work that we're doing, it's just cemented the whole organisation to create more resilient women.